Let's go to two different viewpoints, and we have two different people on Mr. Boehner's future. Ron Meyer, press secretary for American Majority Action, and Robert Costa, National Review, Washington editor, and CNBC contributor. All right, Mr. Meyer, welcome back. You are relentless. You won't take no for an answer. We do this about once a month. What's your take on the Boehner story now?
Well, my take is that before this conference, we definitely had 20 members who were willing to do this. And the fact of the matter is that I think Boehner in the conference tried to convince people that he would be hard on spending, that he would be tough on these things. But I'm not sure that's the case. I think the point is that Speaker Boehner will lead the House GOP out of the majority in 2014. We will lose the 2014 election, lose the House if Boehner is Speaker. He's the least popular leader in Washington, D.C. He's less popular than Nancy Pelosi. He just signed on to an agreement that has $41 worth of tax hikes for every $1 of spending cuts. In fact, the plan didn't cut spending at all, and you know that. It actually delayed the sequester.
I get that.
How, if we, hold on, if we don't think...
No, I get that. I'm just giving it one cheer for stopping a recession. That's all it did. Let me go to Bob Costa.
Temporarily.
Robert, what are you hearing about the Boehner story? How much trouble does he have? Plan A, Plan B, now the Hurricane Sandy, as our own John Harwood reported. I don't see any options, Robert, but you tell me.
Look, with all due respect to my friend Ron, I'm going to have to throw a little bit of cold water on all this anti-Boehner chatter. Is there discontent within the rank-and-file Republican members in the House? Yes, there is. Is that going to be enough to mount a coup, to mount a revolt tomorrow on the House floor? I very much doubt it. Eric Cantor, Kevin McCarthy, the whip, did they vote against the plan? Yes. But just because you vote against the plan doesn't mean you're about to run against the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I think there's brewing discontent among the Republicans, but Boehner's going to be fine tomorrow. I've heard from Speaker aides close to the Speaker that he feels very confident that when he comes to the floor tomorrow, he'll have the full support of his conference. Maybe a few people will vote president. Maybe a few troublemakers will vote against him, but the majority will be with Boehner.
Nobody's going to vote president. That's not what anybody's saying to do. First of all, let's remember, 5 members ran on not voting for not voting for Speaker Boehner. 5 new freshmen coming in tomorrow, elected tomorrow. Sworn in tomorrow, said that they would not vote for John Boehner for Speaker. We've had 4 or 5 others come out publicly and say they won't vote for John Boehner for Speaker. And so I can tell you that I've talked to enough members where there's more than 20 people considering this option. So it's a legitimate plan.
That's not enough. That's not enough to cause a real problem for Boehner. I think
yes, it is. Absolutely. 20 is more than enough. If you talk to the House parliamentarian, you only need 17 people to prevent a majority from winning the speakership.
It's going to cause trouble on the floor. But my whole point is this: if you're going to go at Boehner, you need to have a real challenger. You need to have Cantor, McCarthy, Paul Ryan step up. But Tom Price, all these people have declined interest publicly, and from what I've heard privately, they're not expressing any interest in challenging Boehner. So who's the challenger? So my question to you is, Ron, is if this movement is real, who is the challenger?
Well, Eric Cantor has wanted the speakership for a long time.
Eric Cantor is with Boehner. He's been working with Boehner over this past week. Who's the real challenger, if not Cantor?
Listen, Eric Cantor, I think, has the best chance of becoming Speaker of the House. He has the most support. And there has been rumors inside the House that he has circulated a paper to actually think about ousting Boehner. And so I think that those rumors may be real.
What kind of paper? Wait. That's a very important charge. What kind of paper is Mr. Cantor circulating? And Bob Costa, do you know anything about that?
There were serious rumors circulating the last few days that Cantor or some other senior establishment Republican, so nobody I'm working with, because this was an establishment, it was just a one-pager saying how basically to get a secret ballot on the floor tomorrow and who to vote for besides John Boehner tomorrow.
Bob Costa, you know anything about that?
With all due respect to my friend Ron, I have spoken to aides who are close to Leader Cantor. They are not working against Speaker Boehner.
Of course not. You might as well be the PR agent for Cantor. He's not going to come out publicly. He'd be struck down.
I think people are misinterpreting Cantor's big nay vote yesterday, which was very significant. He broke with the Speaker. But at the same time, Cantor is not a Machiavellian figure at the moment ready to risk his entire political career on January 3rd.
Debt ceiling deal, you think for this debt ceiling deal it's going to be all right to have $41 in tax hikes for
No, that's not my argument.
For every $1 in
you're making a point that there's a rumor about a paper that Cantor's pushing around.
No, my point is that we need a new Speaker of the House. My point is that activists across the country need to get up and call $1 member of Congress.
Well,
I just want to say, as a reporter,
I got it. Yeah, right. Right.
I've been at the House caucus meetings, Larry, and I have heard nothing about papers from Canada or anything else.
I've even made I've even made a couple phone calls, and I don't hear anybody. Ron Meyer, I know you want Boehner.
Larry, I appreciate the opportunity.
We'll see tomorrow. We've given you your due, and we will continue to give you your due. And Robert Costa, as always, inside and outside of all these stories. Now, turning back to the fiscal cliff deal, it is done, at least for now. Obviously, the markets love it so far, but I got to give you my take on this. And then Jared Bernstein and Jim Pethokoukis will respond. I'm not thrilled with the deal, but now